The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Kane rose from his seat, his weathered face betraying no emotion. The holographic displays around the vast circular room flickered with data streams, showing humanity's contributions to the alliance over the past decade. Medical breakthroughs, offensive technologies, and resource-sharing agreements that had strengthened every member world. The motion to exclude humanity from the Inner Council has been passed, announced Speaker Thane, his blue-scaled head held high with ceremonial authority. The vote stands at 7-3, with 2 abstentions. Kane's fingers drummed once against the polished metal table before him. Behind him, the other human delegates, Admiral Bell, Chief Scientist Ross, and Economic Advisor Park, remained motionless, their expressions carefully neutral. "Very well," Kane said simply. "We withdraw our membership from the Galactic Council." Effective immediately. The chamber erupted. Councillor Vale of the Centauri Federation shot to his feet, his orange eyes wide with alarm. "You cannot simply leave. The economic implications alone—" "Can and will," Kane interrupted, his voice carrying the weight of absolute certainty. Article 15 of the Galactic Charter permits immediate withdrawal upon violation of fundamental representation rights. Your vote today constitutes such a violation. Speaker Thane's scales rippled with agitation. Ambassador Kane, surely we can discuss this rationally. The Inner Council decision was made for the greater good of stability. Stability? Admiral Bell stood, her uniform bearing the insignia of the Human Defense Fleet. "You mean the stability that comes from excluding the species that has provided 70% of your military innovations in the last 5 years?" The Altarian representative, Councillor Vex, leaned forward urgently. "The humans are being dramatic. They will reconsider once they realize the benefits of continued cooperation." Kane gathered his documents with deliberate precision. "The benefits were mutual, Councillor Vex. Were." Chief Scientist Ross activated her personal communicator. "Priority. Transmission to all human research stations and colonies. Project Blackout is now active. All technological sharing agreements are terminated immediately." A ripple of panic spread through the chamber. The Rigelian delegate, Councillor Nix, stood shakily. "You cannot withdraw your medical technologies. The Andorian plague treatment was developed using human resources and human ingenuity," Economic Advisor Park replied coolly. "The patents revert to human control as of now." Speaker Thane's voice cracked with growing desperation. "This is unreasonable. The Council made a decision based on legitimate concerns about human military expansion." Legitimate concerns? Kane's laugh was bitter. 3 years ago, when the Void Hunters attacked the Tau Ceti system, who arrived first? When the Altarian colonies faced famine, who provided grain shipments at cost? When the Rigelian homeworld star began showing signs of instability, who developed the stellar stabilization technology? The chamber fell silent, except for the hum of environmental systems. Admiral Bell stepped forward. "Every defensive platform protecting Council worlds incorporates human shield technology. Every medical facility uses human-developed regeneration therapy. Every trade route relies on human-supplied navigation systems. The Council will manage," Councillor Vale said, though uncertainty colored his voice. Kane smiled grimly. "Will you?" "Ross, status report." Chief Scientist Ross consulted her tablet. As of 30 seconds ago, all human personnel have been recalled from joint research facilities. The Kepler station team is boarding transports now. The Proxima Medical Center has suspended all non-emergency treatments. The Stellar Engineering Corps is withdrawing from the Vega System project. Councillor Nix's face paled. The Vega System project stabilizes 12 inhabited worlds. Without it, you'll need to find alternative solutions," Park interrupted. "We estimate you have approximately 6 months before critical system failures begin." Speaker Thane's composure cracked completely. This is economic warfare. Kane's expression remained impassive. This is the logical consequence of your decision. You voted to exclude humanity from meaningful participation in galactic governance. We are simply accepting that exclusion completely. Admiral Bell activated her communicator. All human defense fleet vessels are to cease patrol duties in Council space immediately. Return to human territory for reassignment. You're abandoning. Your allies, Councilor Vex protested. Are we allies? Kane asked quietly. Allies have equal voices in decision-making. You made it clear that humanity's voice is unwelcome in the Inner Council. Very well. We will speak only for ourselves from now on. The enormous display screens around the chamber began showing real-time data feeds. Human colonies were systematically severing communication links with Council worlds. Trade agreements were being terminated. Research partnerships were dissolving. The vast network of cooperation that had held the galaxy together for a decade was unraveling in real time. Please. Speaker Thane's voice was barely above a whisper. We can reconsider the vote. The Inner Council membership. The time for reconsideration was before the vote, Kane replied. Humanity offered partnership. You chose to treat us as subjects rather than equals. Now you'll discover what the galaxy looks like without us. The human delegation moved toward the exit with measured steps. As they reached the chamber doors, Kane paused and looked back at the assembled council members. For the record, he said, his voice carrying clearly through the silent chamber, humanity bears no ill will toward any of your species. When you're ready to treat us as true equals, not junior partners to be managed, we'll be waiting. The doors closed behind them with a soft hiss. Within minutes, the first emergency reports began flooding in. The automated defense grid protecting the Council homeworlds had gone dark. The interstellar communication network was experiencing massive failures. 3 major trade routes had been suspended indefinitely. In the growing chaos of the chamber, Speaker Thane stared at the empty human seats and realized that in trying to control humanity, the Council had lost them entirely. The greatest regret, he would later reflect, was not that they had underestimated human capabilities, but that they had failed to recognize that humanity's greatest strength was their willingness to walk away from any relationship that didn't offer mutual respect. The galaxy would never be the same.